Hey, this is Travis Stirewalt with Air Power Airwaves and Air Power Live. Today I have two special guests with me to talk about one specific topic. That specific topic is how to choose the right curing oven for your process. All right, Zane. I got Zane, GFS, and I got Mark, Air Power. Guys, let's get right into this. I've been involved in this industry a long time. Mark, you've been in this industry double me, and you've been in this industry.
He's been in 10 times me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but combined, I think we have about 60 years, 70 years of expertise in the finishing arena. And one of the things that comes up all the time in my previous line of work, and a lot of times in my current, is having to fix problems that have to do with a bad oven in a facility. Maybe it was a bad choice. Maybe the oven is just about ready to die. Something's wrong, and somebody needs to evaluate, or a customer needs to evaluate putting a new oven into their process. So we sat down and we want to just address this topic very quickly in a short video of what you need to have in front of you. What data do you need? What things do you need to think about for choosing the right curing oven? I'm not talking about a dry-off oven. I'm not talking about a burn-off oven. I'm talking about a curing oven on this particular video. So let's talk about that. What kind of good information do we need up front? Who wants to take the first swing?
I'll take the first swing. And what we do, because sometimes the customer contact Air Power first. Sometimes they'll contact Global first. Now Global
Redirect.
They redirect that back to Air Power. So what I do is I get a call from one of our account managers. They say we have an existing oven they want to replace, or they want to get into the coating world and they want a curing oven for either wet or powder. So we identify what their needs are first.
Okay.
And that usually comes with a conference call of sorts, or we'll go on site and take a look and find out what their daily operations are. We'll find out, what their expectations are with regard to production, what size parts they're dealing with, and how they handle those parts. And we say, okay, so that you want X amount of parts in 8 hours. We understand that. You want to be able to put them on a cart, or you want to put them on a rail and you want to push them in, or you basically just want to, handle them any way you want. But we need to understand that so we can size the oven properly. Once we understand the part size, we understand that too, that we have to get air movement around those parts, so that comes into consideration. And we'll actually size that oven for them before we ever get into a quoting phase. For someone to pick up a phone and call Air Power and say, I want an 8x8x8 oven, we probably won't quote that until we talk to the customer. And that's to benefit the customer as much as it is to us. Now, once we understand the parameters, we understand the weight of the part, the size of the part, the geometries they're dealing with, and what those requirements are, again, with production, we can move forward. But we have to look at some other factors as well. One is, okay, where you want to put the oven? And how does that work with your flow in your building? All sorts of little things like that. But the burner on a powder oven is a pretty good size. So we have to either put that on top of the oven. It might be that they want a drive-through type oven, things of that nature. Come in one side and go out the other. Maybe we want to put it in and back out. But the bottom line is we have to understand all those parameters before we can ever get to a quote.
Yep.
And that is that's paramount. Zane?
Yeah, in most cases, these ovens last 30, 40 years. Some of these ovens are super old in the field. So when we're asked for an oven, it's either they're bringing the process in-house. So it's usually a process they've never done before. So the customer isn't truly an expert on this, so they rely heavily on guys like Mark and myself to come up with the design for them. Or we're replacing an oven that's given them problems, or it's an old oven and their business has changed over the last 30 years, so it's not just replacing what they currently have. So we really, like Mark said, we really want to delve into their full process. What are they putting in it? How are they putting in it? What's their expectation on throughput? What's their expectation on cure time? How many cycles do they want to do a day? If you don't ask these questions, customers assume, and they usually assume a very high level of expectation. So we want to get out in front of these things, find out what the true expectations are, and some of the questions that we may ask won't seem important to a customer, but it's truly important for us to make sure that we're providing the proper solution with the proper air change, with the proper burner size, the proper size oven for how they're loading parts, what kind of parts they're loading, and what their expectations are.
Guys, that pretty much sums it up. Super simple.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for listening to this, watching this on how to choose the right oven, the right curing oven. All right. Thank you for watching Air Power Live. If you have any questions about this, dial 1-800-334-1001 and just ask us for help.